Alright guys, one of the best favors you could do yourself if you want to start learning cybersecurity is to get your hands on labs. And one of the best things to get started is setting up your own home lab. And this is going to help you. This is going to help you on how to set up a home lab comprehensively. And it's also going to be teaching you some part of networking which you don't want to miss. So if you're ready to get into cybersecurity and you want to set up your home lab, this is the perfect video for you. And this is how to get started. This is like the network topology that you can simulate. This is exactly what you can have in a real world environment. If you want to work in cybersecurity, this is what you expected, or this is what you should be expecting to have or see in a real network environment. So they are going to be having a bunch of computers, all of them connected to a network switch, and that network switch most likely connected to a firewall. Although they might have an IDS, IPS system in between, but that still doesn't matter. So they might have a firewall connected to a router, then they now are connected to the internet. So this is what you would most of the time have in a real network environment. So if you could simulate that in your own personal lab where you could practice through defensive and offensive security, it's all going to help you moving forward in the cybersecurity field. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to be making all of these virtual. We're going to virtualize all of these things you're seeing, from the PCs to the servers to the firewall. We're going to be virtualizing everything. That is, make them exist virtually. So you don't have to purchase any network switch. You don't have to purchase 6 computers or servers and all of that. We're going to be purchasing these. It's going to cost you a lot of bucks, man. So what are we going to do to get started? So these are the things we'll be needing. We'll be needing these core components. We'll be needing a virtualization manager where we're going to be virtualizing all of this. We'll be needing a Windows server, this. We'll be needing an Ubuntu server, which is this. We'll be needing a firewall, which we're using pfSense NetGates. This is a firewall. We'll be needing a Windows 8 machine. You can get Windows 10, Windows 11, whatever you might lay your hands upon. Windows 7 also works. So anyone works. So we need Windows 8 for sales, audit, and HR department. Sales, audit, and HR. So these three would be with Windows 8 computers. We'll be needing Kali Linux, which is this. So this is supposed to be Kali Linux. Let me just correct that. So Kali Linux machine. So this is going to be our Kali Linux machine, and this is going to be, so we also need a Parrot machine. As well. So we'll be needing a Parrot machine, and which is this. We'll be needing a Kali machine and a Parrot machine, and we'll be needing the Ubuntu server, which is this. So a router, virtual manager will simulate the router, and the client devices will be Windows 8, Ubuntu desktops, and laptops, all which have been shown. So let us get started, and let's start. All you need to do is just to download all of these. You download the virtual manager, download the Windows server, the Ubuntu, the pfSense, Windows 8, Kali Parrot. You download all of this. So let us get into downloading all of them. So the first thing you need to do, or before I move further, so what we're trying to do is we have two, let me say subnets. The subnet that has Kali, Parrot, and Ubuntu server, and we have a subnet that has the HR, Windows, audit, sales, and the Windows server. They are all in the same subnet called the operation subnet, and it simply means that the Windows server, sales, audit, and HR would be in one network. They'll be connected to the same network. Kali, Parrot, and Ubuntu would also be connected to the same network. Although they are all on the same router, they are all on the same network, but would subnet them, that is, to partition the network into smaller chunks and assign some couple IP addresses for these and assign some for these as well. So we're having two subnets, the operation subnet and the IP, the IT subnet. So let us get down into downloading. So you don't need to do too much. I've attached the link to downloading all of these on the description below. So the first thing we need to do is to download a virtualization manager, and we're going to be downloading VirtualBox. So you'll find the link in the description, like I said. So just go to the link, you'll see VirtualBox, or you can just say VirtualBox download on your browser. Just type in VirtualBox download and you hit on the first link that you have here. And once on the first link, you have Windows OS. Just click on this and you should have it to start downloading. I downloaded it already, so I don't need to download it again. Yeah, so you download your virtualization manager, which is the first thing you need to do. Once that is downloaded, you have it like this: VirtualBox, Windows application. Just double click on it to install it. It's going to prepare to install. Click on next. Accept it, even though we don't know what we're accepting to. Yes, yes, next, install. So this is going to install. Let's give it a few seconds. Okay, great. You can see it's done installing. You just click on finish. So it's going to open up our virtualization manager in a bit. So we have VirtualBox already installed. So this is what we have now. Good. So now let us go to the next step where we have to download the Windows Server, download the Ubuntu Server. So let's go and download that. All right, so let us download the Windows Server. This is the Windows Server. You just click on this. You find the link also in the description below. Click on this and download it. So download the Parrot operating system as well. Just go to this website called parrotsec.org. Like I said, you also find the link in the description. So parrotsec.org. Once you're there, you click on download, click on virtual, click on security, click on AMD64. Then you scroll all the way down, you find this, click on download. And since you're downloading from VirtualBox, click on VirtualBox and it should start downloading. I downloaded it already, so I'll need to do that again. Good. So for Kali, you need to just come to this website called kali.org. Come to kali.org, then click on download, click on virtual machines and virtual boxes. We're downloading it for VirtualBox virtualization manager. You click on this and it should start downloading as well. So I already downloaded it. I don't need to wait. So this is going to take you about 3.3 gigabytes space. So we are done with that. Then the Windows machine will be using Windows 8, and you can find the link to downloading these as well on the description. Click on the ISO image once you're here and click on whether 32-bit or 64 bits. Well, I'll choose 64 bits. So I'll click on this. And once you click on that, it should start downloading. You should get it here. Good. So I downloaded that already as well. I don't need to download that again. Then we need to download Ubuntu Server as well. So you find the link as well, and it's easy. Just click on the link and it should start downloading. So we downloaded Ubuntu Server, and you just scroll down a bit until you find this. So downloads 22.0.4.5 LTS. Just click on that and it should start downloading as well. So all the links to the download have been embedded in the description below. So I don't need to download this because I downloaded it already. Then finally, for the firewall, we'll be using pfSense Netgate, which is an open source firewall. And so you find this link, you just click on download and it should start downloading. So I downloaded all of these already and you can find all of them here. So once you download them, your Kali Linux will come in this format in a zip file. The first thing you need to do is to right click and extract it. So you need to extract it, extract to Kali Linux. Once you extract it, you should have it in this format. You have it in the format. Then your Netgate as well, which is your firewall, will also come in a zip folder. Right click on it and also extract it. which I would like to do now, because I've not done that before. Extract. So extract to, let's get. Your part is going to come in this form. Your, what else? Your server, your Windows, this is your Windows server, this is your Ubuntu server, this is your VirtualBox, this is your Windows 8 machine. So you might decide to download Windows 7. I also have a certain virtual machine called Metasploitable Linux, but you don't have to download that. Okay, great. So after downloading these and extracting Kali Linux, for example, you have your Kali Linux just like this. You have your Netgate after being extracted, you should have it like this. I shall have this whole bunch of others as well. So once you're done, the next thing is then to go back to your file, to your VirtualBox to then mount all of them. To then mount all of them onto your virtual machine so that we'll be able to virtualize them and have them start. So how do you get this started? Okay, so you should have something like this, and you should be on this page. Once you're on this page, what you have to do is to click on new and start creating these machines. So the first machine you might want to create might be your, now let's go back to our diagram, and we want to create a Windows Server, sales Windows PC, audit Windows PC, HR Windows PC. So let us do this for Windows Server. Let's start with Windows Server. For the Windows Server, what you have to do is just to give it a name, and I'll be giving this Windows Server. Good. I'll be giving that Windows Server. Then I'll come to ISO image, click on the drop down, click on other, and I have to go back to the location where I downloaded all of these things. So this is my Windows Server. I'll click on it. Then I'll click or check this skip unattended installation. Then I'll click on hardware, and I want to reduce this to just 1 GB to 1024. I'll leave this as 1 CPU. I'll click on hard disk. I'll leave this as 50 gigabyte. Then I'll click on finish. So I've been able to mount my Windows Server, which is the first thing we need to do. The second thing we need to do is then to mount our Windows PC for each department. We have the sales Windows PC, audit Windows PC, and the HR's Windows PC. So let's create that very fast. So I'll click on add. I'll click on new. I'll name this sales Windows PC, which is the Windows 8 machine we have downloaded the ISO image. I'll click the drop down. I'll click on other. I would look for the Windows 8 ISO file. I'll double click on this, and it mounts. You get that? Then the same way, I'll skip unattended installation. I'll click on hardware. I'll reduce this also to 1 GB, or let me give that 512. Doesn't matter. 512. I'll leave that 1 CPU. The hard disk is 40 GB, which is not bad. I'll click on finish. That's done. I have sales Windows PC, which is Windows 8. So what you might want to do is you want to, okay, before I move to that, let's click on new. Let's add for audits Windows PC. Let's create audits Windows PC, audit Windows PC, and I'll be mounting the same ISO image file. I'll go back, which is also the Windows 8 ISO file. Good. Okay, skip unattended installation. Hardware, I'll reduce this also to 512. Then the hard disk will be 40 GB. Then I'll finish it off. Good. I have the sales, I have the audits. Then the last one, which is the HR Windows PC. HR Windows PC. The ISO image, I'll use the same ISO image, which is the Windows 8 ISO image. So you can repeat using the same ISO image for different, just make sure that they have different names. So make sure you skip unattended installation. Hardware, I'll reduce this also to 512. Then I'll click on hard disk, also make this 40 GB. which is not bad. I'll finish. Good. So we have been able to create the sales Windows PC, Windows Server, audits Windows PC, HR's PC. Now the next thing is the Kali PC and the Parrot machine and the Ubuntu Server. So let's do that very fast. Let's start with the Kali machine. So I'll click on that. I'll name that Kali machine. And I don't need to select any ISO image for that because it doesn't come in the ISO format. So I'll click on type. I'll give that Linux. Then I'll say subtype would be, I can give that a subtype of Ubuntu. Then the version will be Ubuntu 64-bit. And I'll click on hardware. You might want to ask that what is happening in unattended installation. Just ignore that for now. And hardware installation, I might want to give this just 1 GB. And the hard disk, I want to leave it at 25 GB, which is not bad. Then I'll finish it off. Then for the Kali, I'll hit on it. I'll click on settings. I'll click on storage. I'll click on Kali machine, which is the name I've given to the machine itself. I'll click on this drop down. I'll click on choose or create a virtual hard disk. I'll click on add. Then I'll click on where I had extracted the file. So which in my case, I extracted it here in my virtual machines folder. So I'll click on where it has been extracted. No items match your search. Okay, you might have these errors at times. So it just means that you need to re-extract. So I want to cancel all of this. I want to go back here. So if you look at this, the folder is actually empty. So I have to delete this. I want to run a shift delete to delete it completely. Then I want to re-extract the Kali Linux. I'll right click on it and I'll click on extract to Kali Linux. So I'll allow that to extract. So once it's done, I'll come back to fix that. So in the mean, let me go back to my virtual machine or my VirtualBox and let us continue with what we are doing. I want to cross check 512, 512, 512. Okay, good. 1 GB. Now the next thing is to put up the Parrot machine. The Parrot machine is easier to mount. All you just need to do for the Parrot machine is just to come to your folder where you are downloaded Parrots. You see you have Parrots here. Just double click on it like this. Once you double click on it, it starts up immediately and you can just click on finish. Then you just agree, although we don't know what you're agreeing to, but we need the machine. It doesn't matter. So it's going to import the appliances. So let us give it time. And let's check on our extract. It's still extracting. So once it's done, we'll go back to it. And so let us give this time. So once it's done, we'll come back. Let us move to the next one, which is the Ubuntu server. For the Ubuntu server, you just need to click on new. We'll do it the same way we have been installing the others. So let's name this Ubuntu server. Ubuntu server. Ubuntu server. I think we have an ISO file for that. We'll click on the drop down. We'll click on other. We'll click on the Ubuntu live server. Click on that. Then click or skip unattended installation. On hardware, reduce this to 512. I choose to give it 512. Then the hard disk, I would like to reduce the hard disk. We don't need too much. I might try to give that just 8 GB. Then I'll click on finish. Good. So we're good to go. So what I want to do now is I notice that the computer is lagging, so I want to like reduce the hard disk that I've given these guys. I'll just reduce that. I can come to system. So the processor is what it is. The acceleration is what it is. Then I want to go to storage. I want to click on this drop down. Let's click on this drop down. No. trying to figure that out. This is the processor one execution card. So is there storage? So what I can do is I can remove the attachment. No, I don't want to remove this. Okay, I'll leave that as it is. So you can see that our Parrot is done. Our Parrot is done. The Ubuntu server, our extract also is done. So on our Kali machine, as we're trying to do, you click on settings, you click on storage, you click on the machine, you click on the boost icon, you click on this, you click on add, then you look for where you had extracted that file. So I have it here. So you should find this virtual disk image, which is about 14 gigabyte. Just choose that. I click on choose and click on OK. All right. So we've been able to install the Kali machine, the Ubuntu server, the Parrot operating system. So I'd like to click on that. Click on settings. I want to rename that to Parrot machine. Parrot machine. I want to change the system settings. I want to change this also to 512. And then I want to keep this display as it is, storage as it is. Then I want to click on OK. Good. So we have this, and our network topology is almost done. So we've been able to install Ubuntu Server, Parrot, Linux, and all of these machines. The next thing we need to do is then to create, or let's finish the installation processes for each one of it. But before we do that, let us create the subnets that we have, the operation subnet and the IT subnet. So in this case, what we're going to do is come to your tools there, click on this three dots, click on network, click on NAT networks, and what you have to do now is to click on create. Okay, let me remove this. I created this guys before. All right, you should have it blank. Click on create and come all the way down and change the name to operations subnet. And you can change this to, you have 10.0.2.0.4 /24, which is not bad. And you just have to click on apply. So you have operation subnet, create a new one, name that IT subnet, and you have to make this like /27 since they are not much, and you change that to 3, and you click on apply. You have your IT subnet and you have your operations subnet. Easy. So now I want to put all these 4 guys in a group, and what I want to do is to right click on it and say move to group and click on new. And now I can change the group name, rename group to operations. I click on operations. I might want to right click on that and say okay, let me just click on the Windows server and say move. It has been moved to this group. I want to move on, click on the sales Windows server and click on move to group as well. Move to the operations group. Audit Windows PC. I want to right click on that and say move to group and to the operations group, of course. HR as well. I want to move to group and move to operations. Good. Then the Kali machine, I want to click on move to group. I want to click on new. And this new group, I can rename it to be IT. IT. So now my Ubuntu server, I can right click on it and say move to group and move it to IT, move my parts machine, move to group and move it to IT as well. So we have 2 groups. Basically, we have the operations group, which has all of these machines, and the IT group, which has all of these machines as well. Good. The next thing we want to do now is then put all of these 4 on the same subnet. That is the operation subnet. How do we do that? Click on the Windows server. You click on settings. Then you click on network. You change the NAT. You change it to the NAT network and you might choose between either operation subnet or the IT subnet. But since the Windows server belongs to the operation subnet, I'll click on that and I'll click OK. So I'll do the same for the sales Windows PC. I'll go to settings, network, change that to NAT network, operation subnet as well. Click OK. I'll do the same for audit settings. I'll click on the network. I'll click on NAT network. I'll click on operation subnet as well. And OK. Same thing for the HR Windows PC. Settings, click on network, NAT network, operation subnet, and OK. Good. So now for the Kali machine, guys, try to do this yourself and put this Kali machine, put it on the IT subnet. How do you do that? Click on settings. I can click on settings there. Click on network. Change it to NAT network instead of operation subnet, since they are in the IT subnet. Remember, they are in the IT subnet from our diagram, the IT subnet. Good. So Ubuntu server, I want to do the same settings. I want to put it, go to network, change the network to NAT network, and change this to the IT subnet, and I'll click OK. The Parrot machine, I'll click on settings. I'll click on network, click on NAT network, click on IT subnet, and I'll click on OK. Good. So these guys are on the same subnet. These guys are also on the same subnet. Now the operation subnet is different from the IT subnet. Do you get it? So that is done. The next thing we then need to do is then to configure all these machines and these ones as well. So let's start with the Windows server. Let's start it. The Windows server, we started with this and we just click on start. All right. So once you've started your Windows server, it should come up this way and you should have something like this. You can just close this off. Click on next and you install now. So you allow this to start. On the other hand, let's do this very fast. Click on the sales Windows PC, which is the Windows 8 machine. Let's start it. Let's start all of them simultaneously. Let's start. So we're having 4 machines that we're starting simultaneously now. Windows Server, the sales Windows PC, the others Windows PC, and the HR Windows PC. So let's see if this doesn't break the computer. So now this is for the Windows Server. The Windows Server. So you click on this Windows Server 2022 standard evaluation. Then you click on next. Then it takes you to the next page where you need to accept some certain terms. Click on next, click on custom, and you click on next. Okay, so we allow this to install. It says installing Microsoft Server operating system. So let's minimize that and let's move on to the next. So we have this Windows 8 machine, and this is all the HR Windows PC. So the same thing, you can always close this, click on next, click on install now. And start installation. Okay, this is because we are starting multiple systems at the same time. So let's just click on OK. Let's try to click on install now again. Okay, Windows is verified installations is accessible and restart. Okay, let's just click on OK and let's close that. History on console. Just close that. Alright, off. So let's start with the audits. Let's see if the audit is all. Probably let's close everything and let's just start with one. So sales Windows PC, let's start with this and let us click on next, install now. Okay, this is most likely caused by the fact that this is also installing, and most likely two installation processes might not run at the same time. So let us just hold on whilst one is done. So I'm really not sure why that is, but shouldn't. I want to start my sales Windows machine again. Okay, so let's see. Ubuntu Server is still installing 2%. Let's give it time. I'll pause, then when the video is when the installation is done, I'll come back. So once it's done, it comes to this page where you have the username, which is the administrator, and you have to give it a password. The password has to follow the password policy of the caps lock, the uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. You put in that, and it finishes up, and you have your Windows Server ready. So what do you need to do? It says press Ctrl Alt Delete to unlock it. So click on Input, click on Keyboard, and click on Insert Ctrl Alt Delete, and you should have this. Then put in the password you had created. So it said please wait for the user profile service. Give it time. Right, our Windows Server is ready. Okay, so this is your Windows Server. Good. So you can press Windows R and press CMD, hit enter, type IP config. So do you want to allow PC to be discovered by other PCs? Click on yes. Then I want to type in IP config and hit enter. And currently the IP address of this machine is 10.0.2.4. That's the IP address of the server. So we're very good to go. And you have this server dashboard pop up. You can just close this for now. And you can close the machine and switch off the machine. We're done with the installation of the Windows Server. Let's go up until the next, which is the Windows PC. Let's start that. I'd like to close this. Do this as well. We have this Windows 8 pop up. Just click on next. Let's click on install now. Okay, yes, it says it just encountered another error. So let's click OK. So I know another reason why this might happen. So I want to remove this audit Windows PC. I want to delete all files. I want to do the same for the HR Windows. I want to remove and delete all files. And I want to start the sales Windows on its own. I want to see if this is going to fix the problem. If that doesn't fix the problem, then I'll go to another troubleshoot technique to see what has caused the problem. All right, and let's click on next. Click on install now. Let's see if the problem persists. Oh, the problem persists. Let's move on. Let me cancel the installation. Let me close this completely. So this is what I want to do. I want to click on settings. I want to increase the RAM to 1 GB and say okay. So let me start again. Close Windows. And next, install now. that works. Probably the RAM space was low. So now the next thing is it says enter the product key to activate Windows. So how do we do that? If you go to the description, you'll find the product key, which I have embedded. So this is the product key. So you have to put it one after the other. So I have XWCHQ. And all right, then I'll click on next. Then we'll accept the terms. Click on next. Custom. Click on next. And we allow this to run, like install. So once that is running, let's go back quickly to our VirtualBox to create. Let me just do this. I'll right click on the operations. I'll click on new machine. I want to say the audit Windows PC. The audit Windows PC. I'll select the same ISO image, which is the ISO image for Windows 8. I'll skip unattended installation. The hardware, I'll make this 1 GB, and I'll leave the hard disk to around 20 gigabytes. Okay. Oh, let me see. Yeah, 40 gigabytes will be okay because of the OS itself. Let's click on finish. Now runs, and I'll go back to operations as well. The machine, and let's create audit. Okay, now this will be HR Windows machine. Now use the same ISO image. Same ISO for Windows. If unattended install, it is 1 GB. Click on hard disk 40. Finish. Then I can make this on the same network again. Click on settings, click on network, click on NAT network, change that to operation subnet, I'll click on OK. The same thing for the HR Windows machine. I'll click on network, NAT network, operation subnet, then OK. Good, then I can start off this machine. All right, let's see the sales. So the sales is still installing, it is at 85%. Let's see the others. So there's the HR's Windows PC, and there's the audit Windows PC. Right. Click on next. Click on install now. I have to close this. Just follow the same installation process for all of it. So that is the same product key, and the product key is XWCHQ. And I'll click on next. work. It didn't work. What did I type wrong? Oh, I see. All right, then we'll click on next. We'll accept the terms. Click on next as well. Custom installation. On next, and we allow this to install as well. So we'll move on to the next one, which is the the HR. So we use the same product key for it as well, and that is right, so accepted license as well. Custom next. So that's that about that. So for the sales Windows PC is done. So the PC name, you can give it sales Windows PC. All right, so to the next. So use this color, so we can use that to differentiate it. So you make sure you use express settings. So you follow these installation guides for all of it. Use express settings. So the same settings that you apply to this, just make sure that you change the name. So you have this for sales Windows PC, the other will be for HR Windows PC, and the last one will be for audit Windows PC. So it says sign in, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to sign in, just click on create an account. And once you click on create an account, you would have, let me expand this. We have this, then click on create a local account, and you want to give the username, give it sales, and you might want to leave the password empty. Just click on finish. Now your installation is done. Check on the others. This is 54% done. This is at 5% done. So let's give it time. So this is done. You use the same installation guide for all of them. So I'll pause the video. Once it's done, I'll come back. So once it is done, you should have a page that looks like this. So your Windows machine, your Windows 8 machine is done and ready. So you can press Windows R, CMD again on this computer, Windows R, then CMD. Hit enter. You can see this is for sales. And you can input IP config. and you can see that this is 10.0.2.5. Now this is, you can see that it's also on the same subnet as the server. You can close that, and you might want to close this machine as well. Shut it down, off. Okay, so you can see that HR windows as well as audit windows are also preparing to start up. So let's give them time. So once that is running, let us go back to our VirtualBox, and we have our Kali machine, we have our Ubuntu server, we have our parts machine. For the Kali machine, let's just click on start. Let me pause. Once you start your Kali machine, it should come up with this page where you have these, and the default username and password is, I'm not supposed to cancel that. I wanted to enlarge that. The default username is Kali, and the password is also Kali. Then you hit enter, and you're good to go. So your Kali machine is done. So you should have this come up. So your Kali machine is done for now. So all you just need to do is just to make sure you restore it and maximize this, and this comes up in the full format. So this is done. Installation is done. Let's check the IP address. You can click on this terminal, and once you click on this terminal, you can type in ifconfig and hit enter, and you see that the IP address is 10.0.3.4, which is on the subnet mask, or sorry, on the subnet of the IT subnet. Yes. So let's power that off. Our Windows machine for the HR is done. So the PC name would be HR Windows PC. HR Windows PC. Let's give it a different color so that we can identify them from each other. Next, we click on Use Express Settings, and you set up your account. Okay. So you click on Create a new account. Create a local account. So username, make it HR, and you can just click on Finish, and that's done. So you do the same for this guy, which is the audit Windows PC. So you might want to give that this color so that we can differentiate them also with colors. And this is audit, and we click on next. On use express settings. Use express settings. All right, checking. Whatever it is, checking. So that is done. Let's click on create a local account, and this is going to be audit. Make sure you just name it accordingly, and click on finish. Oh, audit machine there. I'll click on finish. Okay, great. So that is that about that. Now for the Parrot machine, if you just start it, it starts because it has been installed automatically on what we did the last time. And let's see. So the Ubuntu server will be the last thing we will do. All right, so you have your Parrot machine started. So allow that to come up, and I like to close this. So once you find this cursor, you know that your part is done, your part is off, and you should just expect to see the pictures in few seconds. So once that is loading, let me see my Windows machine. So now you can see that the HR's machine is done. HR's PC is done, and you can press Windows R and see the IP address. Type in CMD. So just type in ipconfig into the CMD. You can see this is the HR's machine. ipconfig, hit enter. So now this is also on the same subnet as the operation subnet 10.0.2.7. Good. So now we can close this machine and power it off. So we're done. Then let's see the audit machine. All right, the audit machine is almost done as well. So the power machine is also coming up. All right, so our audit PC is done as well. So if you cross-check this, I put in Windows R CMD. See that this is the audit machine, and you put in ipconfig, you hit enter. You see this is 10.0.2.6. Again, it's also on the same subnet as the operations subnet, so we can close that. So we're done with that. Let's do this. The files machine, let this come up. So taking time to start. Let me pause that, then when it's up, come back. Okay, great. So our part is up, and one of the things that I did to fix it was to increase the RAM. So I went back to it because it wasn't opening. I went to Parrot, I went to settings, then I changed the system base memory. I changed it to 1024 megabytes. So you might want to do that so that it also helps you start it up. And so I don't want to check for any updates now. So now to check what subnet it is on, I can type in sudo fconfig and I hit enter. So you see that this is on 10.0.35, which is the IT subnet. If you come back here to check, you see that the the IT subnet on the NAT network. Where is the IT subnet? Um, so this is connected to settings. Let's see network. operation subnet. So why is this not displaying here? Let me confirm and check again. Okay, let me open up VirtualBox again. No VirtualBox again, and let's see what's happening. The Kali machine, let us see the settings. Let's see the network. This belongs to the IT subnet. Ubuntu Server belongs to the IT subnet. The Parrot also belongs to the IT subnet. But the HR Windows belongs to the operation subnet, yes. That works. So this is 10.0.3.5, so you can close up that. And now let us install the Ubuntu server. Let us complete its installation process. Just click on Ubuntu server. It's on 512. You might want to increase that to 1 GB so that we don't have any challenge with got it. So then you can click on start to start the Ubuntu server. So I'm starting up my Ubuntu server. And now hit on try or install Ubuntu server. I hit on enter. Oh, that happened. So let's allow it to run. I have to close that. Let's allow that to run. I'll pause it and come back. Right, so click on English. And continue without updating. On, on the address as it is. And we want to click on done. Click continue, scroll all the way down. You find done. And click on done. Continue, put in a name. And the server name. Username. Word. Okay, good. Then I'm done. Now go open SSH server. Up now. So you might want to check all of this. Click on done. So it's gonna try to install something, and it's gonna take some time. Just allow it, and I'll pause the video and come back. All right, so once it is done, you find installation complete just like this, and you might just want to scroll down where you have view full log or reboot now. You just hit on reboot now, and it starts to reboot, and we're done with Ubuntu server. Failed on mounting CD-ROM. It says please remove the installation medium, then press enter. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go back to your VirtualBox. You open up your VirtualBox and you click on settings. Okay, you might want to, so your Ubuntu server.vdi, it is also empty. This is what I want to do. I want to close this. Then you power off the machine. Then you come back to your storage on your Ubuntu drive. So you should find this empty, and you click on this. You're supposed to remove the disk from the virtual drive. It has been removed automatically. Just start it. So you put in your login. Remember your login. The login is and the password is. So we're good to go. So you have your Ubuntu server running. You can just clear the screen and you have this. So that's how to install your Ubuntu server. So we're done with the project of setting up our home lab. So if you have any questions around what we've done, we've been able to set up our Ubuntu server, Windows server, the sales audits, HR's PC, Kali and Parrot PC. So if you have any questions around this, please drop it in the comment section below. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys on the next video.